Hello everybody, Martin here, round 2 of this Legacy League, playing the old OmniSneak. We're on the play here, and let's see what we get. We get this hand, and I don't think we can keep this, sadly, because of the mountain. If it was like a fetch land, it's a different story. It's a fine hand. Let's mulligan. Yeah, I guess we keep this. It's like, we really hope that the scry shows us another land. It does not. Can we keep the force on top? No, I don't think we can, being on the play. We really want to hit a land or a cantrip. It's fine, like going turn 1, hold up spell pierce, but it's sort of where it stops. Underground Sea, so Delver. Not really where we want to be, and we draw a brick, so we just have to pass. So not looking too hot. We're up against the Grixis Delver, I'm guessing, or I guess Bug Delver. They miss on their Delver, so that's nice. That's good news for us. So, yeah, alright, that's right. Could still be both Grixis and Bug. Let's go on land. Nope. Well, good news is that we're like looking somewhat decent for if we draw Soul Land and the show and tell, but that's a pretty big ask, I guess. Meanwhile, they're like gravy brainstorming. Could have pierced there, but they could fetch and use their death right to pay for the pierce. I guess I'd rather not. And they might have flipped the Delver anyways. Come on, land. Alright, so what are the odds this is going to get forced or dazed? And do we fight back? We don't, but we just get crapped on. Yeah, this is like likely going to be a a loss for us, because I know it's just recovering here. We have to ponder next turn and likely shuffle. Meanwhile, we're taking 2 now, then 5 next turn, so we're at 9. Then we shuffle. So I guess at this point we need to be thinking about what gives our opponent the least amount of information. I think it's Spell Pierce. I have to be wondering though why the heck I'm discarding a castable spell, but so yeah, alright, it's Grixis, so I don't think so do we fight this? If we don't fight this, am I like basically dead? So let's say we don't fight this, and then they will, if they have anything, they will fight our Ponder on the next turn, so they'll get like a token, so they'll swing for, right now they're swinging this down to 11, and then 9 with the death right, and untap, deal us 6 plus 2, that's 8. That means our force is off. Where are we if we force this? I think we just let it resolve. I think I'm dead. The correct play might have been to force that. Oh, nice. Wasteland. Well, let's see. Show and tell, City of Traders, them not having anything. It's kind of what we need to happen. They do. We fight it. I guess we fight it. No, then we're dead. So that drops us to 10, death rate to 8, death rate to 6. Yeah, we're dead. Because we know the next card, right? I think. I forgot what I put back, but I'm pretty sure I know the next card, and in that case we're dead, but let's just play it out. They might have bolt just to finish us off. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, it was a sneak attack, I forgot about that. So Bonner would have shown a sneak attack, Crystal Brand, and Studio Traders. Alright, well, that was a fairly embarrassing round of Magic. I think we want the Pyroclasm here, because that pretty much answers all their dudes, except for the Gurmag Angler. We don't want the Seiju, because they're running Wastelands. We probably don't want Blood Moon, because they can play Pyromancers with bolts, and they still have Force. And Blood Moon is likely to harm us as well, so I don't like that. I guess maybe the Intuition. I don't like it that much against like blue decks, which I guess is a bit of an indictment for running it in the main deck. Because you're just so all in, right? Like you cast Intuition and then they let that resolve, but then they counter the spell that like you get through Show and Tells, and they counter the Show and Tell you cast, and then like 3 out of your 4 Show and Tells are no longer in your deck. So I guess we could always try and shuffle with like Emrakul, but that's not really reliable. Alright, let's see here. So for a bit of a better opening. Yeah, that's fine. We want this. Just lead on island go. They get to bring in like if they aren't already running therapies, they get to bring in like multiple therapies probably. So I guess we kind of have to hope they're not on that therapy in their hand, because this probe, yeah, well. Alright, well, take a peek. So they go therapy. We brainstorm. I think we have to, and then just risk the days. Okay. Yep. Don't have a therapy, so that's nice. Well, Carnivore is decent. So I think we just brainstorm here. Yep. Alright, so how to play this out? Like, ideally we want all the lands. Huh. The problem is we want every single card in our hand here. We want all the lands to be able to on turn forward cast Show and Tell with Pierce mana open. We want Force and Force to play one to pitch to the other. And we want the Show and Tell obviously to cast, the Omniscience and the Claimers to win. So I guess I kind of want to do it like this. Put back Force, and then we put back Taunt. Yeah. Then next turn we can play out the Volcanic. I guess actually that was dumb. We should have put the Volcanic in place of the Tarn. Because Volcanic gets wasted. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was thinking this way we could play Volcanic and have Pierce open without shuffling, but we get to do that next turn without our Island, so that was a bit dumb. They do not shuffle. They don't present another threat. So that's kind of nice. I guess we just put the Tarn here and see go. We get drained for 2 by the Shaman, I guess. Nope. They didn't want to shuffle. There's the Wasteland. So here we need to hope that they like commit some mana so that our Pierce is live. If they do nothing, I'm inclined to just draw the Force and not play out the Volcanic and just say go. But they might be sitting on like Vendilion Clique. And the thing is, like, our Pierce is not beating anything with them having access to 4 mana. I guess what we really want right now is like a soul land. So it lets us play around days as well as having Pierce open. I think we just pass. We could play out the Volcanic and then like bait their days, or sorry, bait their Wasteland. But I guess they're not sitting on Clique, or at least have opted not to tap out to cast it. Okay. Oh, I hate that. I hate that they know what's up. They're sitting on 7 cards once they draw the Probe. Why aren't we playing Taxing Probe? Cloth Therapy here. Grixis. Pithing Needle. So I guess fetch. Not really sure what they're naming here. They were naming Stifle? That'd be kind of sexy. Oh, okay. So I guess we get Mountain here. And then we also fetch and get an island. So I guess they named Crystal Brand or Sneak Attack. Those are the obvious names, but I'm not really sure it matters. Pithing Needle isn't really doing anything against this hand. So maybe they were hoping that we would bait it with, like, that they could bait up a Spell Pierce. Okay, they're naming Scalding Tarn, because that's the fetch land they're not running. Seems unlikely. And they don't have Deathrite mana open to drain us. Okay. Well, there's the old spaghetti dude. So I guess what we could do here is we could tap like a cast volcanic island, play volcanic island, and because we drew the Emrakul, we no longer need the Cunning Wish. So we have Force Pitching Cunning Wish and Force Pitching Spell Pierce. And we can play around 1 day, so they would have to have, like, I guess they could have Flusterstorm. That's infinitely likely. And if they do, we're kind of screwed, although they only have the Death Right. I think, though, that we're going to try. I hope they don't have Fluster, but only like Days Force of Will kind of thing. Okay, well, we're obviously going to be floating the mana here. They're wasting our volcanic scare tactics. Okay, so Pyroblast. So here what we can also do is we can pierce the Pyroblast. They can't pay for it, but then they can, then Daze becomes live. And then we have to pitch like Omniscience in order to have double force, but we drew the Emrakul, and I don't think they have an answer for Emrakul, even though they get a turn, so let's pierce here. They could still Flusterstorm with the Death Right though, so that's gross. So we have to consider we need the least. I think if they Fluster, we obviously can't keep fighting, so, but they might force first and then get a Force of Will out of us. In that case, I think what we need to pitch first is probably the Omniscience, because with the Cunning Wish we can like well, it's either Fluster or Blast. I guess it's another Blast because it's red mana. Okay, that's good. So they have Blast. We force. They force back. We force back. So they need to have like 2 more. They need to have Force Daze or Daze or Force, I guess, which is not impossible because they weren't really doing a lot. So let's force the Pyroblast, pitch the and my reasoning was to keep the Cunning Wish in case we sort of have to give up. The Cunning Wish lets us like go for Kozilek's return and like, clear the board and have another shot. I guess Omniscience lets us win if we draw another show and tell. And now the thing is, if we pitch Omniscience, they might be wise to us having drawn the Emrakul. Like, maybe they'll be like, whatever. Another counter spell? No, okay, Emrakul. They have Pyromancer, so pretty sure that's enough for us. They might have what, Sower of Temptation? That'd be kind of going deep. Alright, we're just going to yield to the Young Pyromancer trigger, so we don't have to accept all the time. So now their hope is to like build up enough tokens to survive Annihilate, but they also have to get a flyer and play to block Emrakul. So I don't think they can actually. What they could do is like get Tropical Island, then sack like Young Pyromancer and drain him with the Death Right. So that worked out kind of nice. They didn't really apply a lot of pressure. I think I'm okay with this like very minimalistic sideboarding. Don't really think like Ideally, I would want more stuff like more Flusterstorms and Pyroblasts, so I could actually bring some in and still have them as cutting edge targets, but there isn't really a lot of space. Yeah, let's just submit it. Come on, hope for another good hand. Right. Well, this is fine if they don't apply pressure like last game. It's kind of weak if they go Delver into Flip into Pyromancer. I like how Sneak Attack is like somewhat resilient to their to like a lot of their counter spells, like the Bread Blasts don't grab it, the Fluster Storms if they have them don't grab it. Thing is though, they're running Probe and Pithing Needle, so they might just crush us on turn 1. But I think I'm gonna keep Fetch Island, have like a decent mana base set up. Hopefully get to cast a Sneak Attack and resolve it. So likely our turn on play will be Scalding Tarn, Fetch, Ponder. Fetch Island, Ponder. Okay, fine. It's kind of nice not to be that worried about Deathrite, to be honest. Like, I'm always kind of paranoid as the role player because I'm used to playing Storm a lot, and Deathrite is like a lot better against Storm than it is against Declan. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we'll take like things to consider, right? We can, I think it's between the Misty Rain first and the Spell Pierce. Which one we want to draw first? Because like if we draw Misty, there's a risk that they go Probe, Pithing Needle on Misty, but would they really do that with 2 sneak attacks? And probably not. We can't pierce this turn. If they probe us, it's better for them not to know about it. And we don't want them to know about the Ancient Tomb coming up because that's sort of like a mini ritual effect they have to play around. So I think we're going to go like this. Draw the Misty, say go. Next turn we play the Misty, pass, and then end of turn probably we brainstorm. Or maybe we wait one more turn and go like Mountain Go and then do the Misty, because in that scenario we get to go for the Sneak Attack. With the Pierce open. And kind of banks on them not messing with our hand though, and also not getting to mana where they can ignore the Pierce. I guess like they could waste the Ancient Tomb. It's not the end of the world. We have a second Sneak Attack if they have if they're able to answer the first one. So they don't shuffle with the Ponder. Play a Delta. Okay, they're going for something here. Call Therapy maybe? Yeah, alright. So I guess if I'm them, I'm naming Show and Tell, and then I'm flashbacking here and taking Sneak Attack. So that's kind of unfortunate for us. We're gonna probably get 2 for 2'd, I guess, because they'll be losing their Deathrite, but like I said, Deathrite isn't that great against us, so maybe they'll get cocky and think that, I mean, I guess if they hit on this, if they blind hit, then that's terrible for us. But if they don't, they might sort of be cocky and think they're not in a particular hurry to flash back the therapy. Because we're like a ways away from casting the Sneak Attack. But I think it's going to be too tempting for them. Yeah. Well, let's see. So, what's it gonna be? Yeah. Well, I do not blame them. So let's just F6 here. We have no responses. Like, this obviously isn't what we wanted to have happen, but it's not the end of the world. What would be kind of bad now, though, is if they go for the brainstorm and then fetch and cast Pithing Needle on sneak attack. But okay, no, they don't. Alright, so here we draw the Spell Pierce. Just pass. And I don't think I mind drawing the Ancient Tomb next turn. I think I'd actually rather see Silver here than like a cantrip. Because cantrip lets them find more lands lets them play around Spell Pierce. I think we're just gonna wait a bit. Like this one off Delver isn't gonna be the end of us for the time being. I'm just gonna pause on the opponent's upkeep in case they're running Stifle and flip it. Alright, they flip with Bolt. They don't want to draw the Bolt. Okay. Guess that makes sense. Okay, well there's a wasteland, so I guess we're sitting on this Ancient Tomb for a bit. Well, there is a show and tell. So the question is, do we go for it here, or do we run the risk of them drawing like another thing, I guess? I think we pass, and then sort of end of turn brainstorm, and hope to, I guess we're going to bolt it? Yeah, sure. Hope to get them to tap some mana. That'd be kind of nice. If not, hope to hit like Force. So I guess here we kind of want to put back the Volcanic and the Brainstorm. And then we're going to fetch and Brainstorm still on end of turn because we kind of want to hit that Force of Will. No! No, you're kidding! They actually have the Stifle. Alright. Well, that's bad. That is pretty bad. Well, I guess it's not that bad because we have the Volcanic coming. I guess I kind of want them to Red Blast this. Because that's a Red Blast they don't have for our show and tell. Huh. Okay, well, if their last card is, like, their last two cards are Force of Will and blue card, or another blast, or even like a Pierce or a Flush Storm, it's bad news. We also now have to really make a decision. We're drawing Volcanic here. Whatever land we're playing out here is going to get wasted, and that is if we don't just die. Like, they could have Bolt easily. So what are we hoping for here? The thing is, if we draw to, if we're looking to get to Force of Will, well, in that case, the Ancient Tomb alongside the one we're taking from Force of Will means that we're dead to their combat step next turn. Oh, rough. So if we brainstorm and hit like Petal. Like the thing is, we can't. Our Pierce isn't even live right now because they just have the mana for it. So I guess we could play the Volcanic. They wasted, which means that if they have like a blast next turn, like they lose to Pierce, and that also saves us from Bolt. I guess. I think we're gonna do it like this. They probably waste us here. And so we bring on. Well, there's the Force. And another show and tell. Unfortunately, no Petal. No way to shuffle, so I guess we're just kind of we're out to them having like a counterspell that is not Daze. We can beat a Daze. Well, let's put back Omniscience Show and Tell. So we like they might go for therapy on Show and Tell. Well, here we go. We just have to basically hope against hope that they don't have Force or Blast or Blusterstorm or Spell Pierce. I'm expecting them to have something. Yeah. Well, that's it. So we lost this one, but it was close. I thought we kind of gave a pretty good showing, but yeah. Close games, I think, is always going to be the case against Grixis. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with round number 3.